Hey, welcome to another video. In today's video we're going to talk a little bit about the main problem of TMC based builds on YouTube. A lot of YouTube TMC is people building the same farm over and over and over again. Really underrated people don't get the recognition they need, and they lie about rates, they lie about pretty much everything about the farm. You'll see farms labelled as infinite iron or infinite wood or whatever the farm is, it'll be infinite. There's one person that's mainly for that, which is JC Plays. And yes, I am going to be naming people out on this because these people deserve to have what's coming for them. Anyway, there are other people like Silent Whisperer, 1UpMC and Oink Oink that all do practically the same thing, but Silent Whisperer is a different category because he's changed from what he used to do, and I'm not going to hold what he used to do on him because he's changing for the better, so we'll leave him out of this. But 1UpMC, Oink Oink and JC Plays, these are the three main people I want to talk about because a lot of them use the same farm, they'll upload it multiple times and give it ridiculous titles that are misleading to the average player. Meanwhile, there's people like Groover Guy that upload really good iron farms, even stacked iron farms that just isn't shown on YouTube as much. So yes, a lot of TMC is also hidden on Discord, which is a great tool for TMC, but it's not accessible to everybody. And if you're looking for something, you're not going to think to check Discord, you're going to search it on YouTube or Google. This is the main problem with TMC on YouTube, is it's just full of overused farms, or whatever you're searching for. And as a part of HiveTech, and HiveTech's main goal being to solve this problem, this is the first step. This is going to be more talking about the main issue, and later in this series we'll go down the ways to fix it and what you guys can do at home to hopefully bring light to this, because it's been going on for way too long and nobody's talking about it. So I'll give you an example. If you search Bedrock Iron Farm on YouTube, you'll instantly get recommended people like 1UpMC, Silent Whisperer, JC Plays and Oink Oink. For the most part, Silent Whisperer is okay, so we'll leave him out of this. But you'll also notice that you get recommended practically the same farm over and over again. Now there's nothing specifically wrong with this, but what is wrong is the fact it's the same farm being uploaded multiple times every so often, like every few months or weeks, and it's just not acceptable. These farms get recommended to people as a first search, and they often don't produce what they say they do, as I mentioned before. And more to the point is, you shouldn't be uploading the same farm to milk out content. You should just redirect people to your other farm, or whatever the build is. This is my main issue with this whole thing, is uploading the same video so that you get recommended multiple times and you can have all the content. There's obviously ways to stop this. You could just not watch those videos, but that's easier said than done, and most people that don't know TMC are just going to search it up and use it. As I mentioned briefly at the start, there are good people that upload on YouTube too, and actually there's some really cool TMC on YouTube if you know where to look. But that's kind of the problem. You need to know where to look. You can't just search Bedrock Iron Farm and call it a day. No, you have to search for the farm made by the specific person that made the farm to actually get anything. Even if you search Bedrock Stacked Iron Farm, it won't give you much information and you'll just get practically the same farms again. I do also want to mention, I'm not trying to send hate to any of these people. Everybody has to do what they have to do, I guess, to upload a video. But I'm just saying that what they're doing isn't right, and it's very frowned upon on the TMC space, because people build these farms, wonder why they don't do what they say they do, and we have to actually suggest good farms to them. And I'm going to be using an iron farm for this example, because it's probably one of the most, if not the worst, for this case. So it should show the basics of everything, but this goes for cobble farms, raid farms, any farm. It's all overdone and the same farm. In some cases, you'll even get recommended farms that just don't work anymore, and people don't update their titles or thumbnails to tell people that they don't work. They just pin a comment with like, "Ooh, watch my new video on it." That's great and all, but who realistically checks the comments or really the description? If you're trying to have people build a farm, you should make it very clear from the start that it doesn't work anymore. Obviously, not everybody's perfect, we all make mistakes, and I'm not going to hold people back on not updating millions of titles because they've uploaded millions of videos, but I think it's worth mentioning. I'm also quickly going to jump on the topic of JC Plays really quick. His titling scheme is very strange. It's infinite whatever the farm is, and half the time his farm produces a few hundred items per hour, so infinite is a bit of a stretch. It's not wrong, he's not lying. If you were to sit there, it would produce infinite amounts of items. It's just a little bit misleading because you don't show any rates. I understand testing farms takes time, but you should always test your stuff. I think what annoys me more about this entire topic is the fact that nobody's doing anything about it. As I mentioned, one of HiveTech's goals is to produce good quality tech that is understandable to an average player. These farms are meant for the casual player, which is understandable. They are simple, they work, kind of, some of the time. It's complicated. But HiveTech's goal is to produce actually good tech to an average player. That's why I made HiveTech, it's my entire goal with it. It's one of our main pride and joy about the whole server. If nobody else is going to talk about it, well, I guess I have to. There's people that have talked about talking about it, which, I mean, great, but nobody does anything. So I hope that this video at least shines a light on some of the issues. As I said, this video is to just mainly address the problem. I'll go over more detailed and we'll go into specific people a little bit later down the line in the series. But yes, that's pretty much everything I have, and I'll see you next time.